Okay, so I blew my first funded account, not because I was unlucky, but because I just didn't take it seriously enough. And basically, what I'm going to go over in today's video is I'm going to go over the 5 clear steps, exactly as you can see, what happened, why, what I should have done, what I do now, and what do you need to implement so that the same mistakes don't happen to you. Now, obviously, I blew this ages and ages and ages ago, but I still remember sort of key events, and I think that it can be useful to other people just so that they don't make the same mistake. So let's go over it. So first of all, what happened? So I already mentioned it was more due to like a lack of care. So at the time, I had 2 funded accounts, so I passed one, and then I do something where you basically dollar cost average into fundeds. I can explain that in a different video. But then I got another one after I got a payout from that one. Got another funded, passed that, and then and then I had two, right? And I kind of just treated it as the spare one, the one like that doesn't really matter. And I think that was completely wrong. That's exactly what went wrong. I mean, that's what happened. I mean, why did that happen? It's because of that lack of it's not a lack of knowledge, but it's a lack of understanding. Right, get these adverts out. It's a lack of understanding that, having 2 funded accounts, that's like a golden opportunity. It shouldn't be taken for granted. And that's what you have to understand if you're in a similar position. You have to completely understand everything that you have. Just because you've gone and got, let's say you've got 3 payouts from an account, most people throw it on their 5th because they don't want to go to live, but let's just for the sake say you blew your account, but you didn't do it on purpose. You generally blew it. Now you go into your next eval, your next funded, and you're just constantly thinking about that, but you shouldn't think about that. It should be exactly what you have at the minute. That's what should be important to you. It's not what you've done. For example, like, oh, I've got 2 accounts, so one, like, oh, I can just trade at a super high risk. It's not how it works. You have to completely understand what you have and make sure you don't take it for granted. So what should I have done? I should have done exactly what I just explained to you, not taking it for granted, understood exactly what I had in front of me, the opportunities, not just because, oh, well, yeah, we've got some payouts out of it, we've got our money's worth. That's not really how it should work. That's not the mentality. And it was really, if I just had that mindset shift, probably still have all of those accounts, you know what I mean? So what I do now as well is I kind of have like a mentality check quite a lot. I just understand where you need to be aware. So I'm always aware of like where my mentality is, what's getting the better of me, what can I do that can combat this. For example, if you're getting super emotional on the charts, what can I do? Like always ask yourself, okay, I just took a loss. I immediately feel the urge to enter back in. What should you do? For starters, don't do that. Like that's probably the worst thing you can do. Revenge trading, I'm pretty sure if you enter a trade, the chances of the next trade hitting after you've lost are probably about 5%. And in fact, if that trade hits, it's even worse for you. So just understand your mentality. That's what I do. I understand, the big ones. I understand my risk, I understand my entries, and I understand my emotions. That's all you have to do. If you can master those 3 things, you'll literally be the best trader in the world. You'll get there. But anyway, the whole point of this video is about you guys. So what do you need to implement? Let's make a little list. What do you need to implement? So let's just write down. Let's write down 3 things. I'll come up with them on the spot. So let's kind of situate it as you've got a problem, and we'll give you a solution, and we'll do like sort of common problems. So common problems are overtrading. Obviously, the solution to that is not overtrading, but basically, if you have a problem, write down the problem, write down the most basic solution. So overtrading, the most basic solution to overtrading is, I don't know, let's say let's just say like limiting trades. Now obviously that's super basic and you might not stick to that, but what you do next is it's kind of like an umbrella. Like you have your main thing, for example over trading. Here, let's actually just draw it. So for example, main thing, over trading. And you can do this with all of your problems. That's what I did. I still remember to this day sitting on the park bench, and I literally labelled out all my problems like this. And you know, some of them was content, some of them was trading. Obviously my trading's got a lot better now. But what you do next is you kind of do like a umbrella thing. Like what's the simplest thing? Oh, okay, limit trades. And then always ask yourself, how am I gonna, what the hell was that? So always ask yourself, how am I gonna limit trades? How would you limit trades? Well, I can think of an idea. You know, write it on paper, stick it on the wall. Immediately, now it's down to its simplest form, and what you do is you just do it. What's another common problem that people have in trading? You know, FOMO, fear of missing out. The most simple thing to not having fear of missing out is just understanding your setup. Here we go. How do you understand your setup? Well, you gather data on it. How do you gather data? You backtest. Now it's in its simplest form. What do? You go and do the most simple thing. What did I say it was? Backtest. You go and backtest. I know. Risk. This is probably, I think a lot of people risk way too much. Right, risk. How can you lower the risk? Well, it can have a set amount. And then what's it in its simplest form? I don't know, it's probably writing it down on a piece of paper and sticking it on your wall again. And you just go and do it. And you can do this for yourself, but this is basically what you need to implement. You need to take my mistakes that I've made. I'm sharing my mistakes with you, and you need to ensure that you don't make those mistakes. I'm basically just saving you time. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to save you time. But anyway, I know I kind of rambled on a little bit in this video, but thank you for watching anyway. And let me know down in the comments or in the Discord if you want me to cover anything else. You know, I'm more than happy to do it. Bye.